approaching health in a holistic way. This has always been Pekana's guiding principle. As a manufacturer of homeopathic spagyric remedies, we feel a responsibility to combine the benefits of traditional European medicine with state-of-the-art international quality standards. Here, from the origin of our company, we've focused on the following subjects and values. Things started out quite unspectacularly at the Burg Pharmacy in Zulzfeld in the 1960s. Dr. Peter Beiersdorf developed a modern homeopathic spagyric remedy range based on the naturopathic findings of Hahnemann and Paracelsus. By the early 1980s, Katharina Beiersdorf and Dr. Peter Beiersdorf had established the family-owned Pekana company at Kisleck in Allgäu and extended it continuously. A key highlight of the company's ongoing research and development work was the inclusion of Pekana spagyrics into the homeopathic pharmacopoeia in the year 1991 as a manufacturing process and regulation in its own right. The manufacturing process starts with the supply of freshly collected medicinal plants from certified growers. Next, they undergo a pharmaceutical quality control inspection. Only if they pass and receive approval are the medicinal plants used in remedy production. Pekana spagyrics, according to Dr. Beiersdorf, creates a unique opportunity to open up the holistic healing principle of each plant. It comprises 4 steps. Fermentation binds the greatest amount of inherent vital energy of each plant. Filtration preserves the characteristic ingredients. Incineration captures the mineral components of the plant. Unification of the filtered tincture and plant minerals into the spagyric mother tincture completes the cycle. Comprehensive research work has shown that the combination of several active ingredients is ideal. Complex remedies take account of several aspects in symptoms and signs. This is how eventually a remedy is developed that can react to the different facets of an illness. All manufacturing steps are carried out exclusively at Pekana's facility in Kisleck. It's the only way for us to ensure the highest quality standards. The full manufacturing and bottling is done under clean room conditions. Today, the range comprises more than 70 homeopathic spagyric remedies. Due to continuous development, Pekana can now offer its remedies in more than 20 countries. Full of energy and passion, and supported by a committed team, co-founder Katharina Beiersdorf and Dr. Marius Beiersdorf keep advancing Pekana's guiding values and principles. Pekana, taking health a step further.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Anita Kraut. I'm a naturopathic therapist in Germany. It is called Heilpraktikerin since 33 years. And I have experiences with Pekana remedies since 30 years. So you have seen the film just before, and I want to tell you some more to the Pekana remedies available in Slovenian by now, and to tell you a bit more about the spagyric itself. So here is Flamia, Difos, Otidolo, Infragil, Drops, and Globulis, and Itiris. Those are available in Slovenia right now. Dr. Peter Beiersdorf, he created the remedies, and I know him as a man with a huge knowledge in herbal therapy, in homeopathy, and in spagyric, of course. And he wanted to produce the most energetic and effective remedy available, and I think it worked. The Pekana remedies are really one of the best I know. That's the reasons why I work with them in about 30 years, of course. And he wants also to save the science of spagyric. This was his main thought, to keep it alive. The spagyric is about 500 years old, and Dr. Peter Bijsterf wants to keep it alive. And first of all, he wanted to help the patients with remedies with no side effects. And with his big experience, it was not a great problem for him. So spagyric is a component of a special therapy approach in homeopathy. We will hear about this later on. The term is derived from spao, that means separate, and agero, that means to unite it. This means spagyric. And it is done, you have seen it in the film, but I just want to make these few steps once more with you. The first step is the fermentation. It's about 14 days. The second step is the filtration. The third step is the incineration of the mother cake. And the fourth step is the conjugation. So we put all together again. And why this process? This process, the spagyric process, cleans the herbs of all impure elements and so energizes it and places it on a higher level. It transforms the herb into the quinta essentia, the pure healing essence. That's what Paracelsus said, the quinta essentia, the pure healing essence. What is the difference from the preparation of the plants in homeopathy and in spagyric? The homeopathic mother tincture is the plants are mixed with ethanol and allowed to rest for 14 days while stirred daily. The plants are mixed in spagyric. The plants are mixed with sugar water and chest and fermented for 14 days. And they build their alcohol by themselves. So the alcohol is not added. It is produced during the fermentation. The second step in homeopathic is the mother tincture is just pressed out and the pressed cake is thrown away. In spagyric, it is the mother tincture is also pressed out, so filtration. Pressed cake is incinerated. So the minerals, the enzymes, and all these elements in these pressed cakes, we have later on in the spagyric remedy. The minerals are gained from the ashes, and these are united with the mother tincture. So in homeopathy, it is just filtered, and then the mother tincture is worked released for further use. In spagyric, after they united again, it's reunited. We have a subsequent filtration, and then the mother tincture is controlled by the lab as usual and released for further use. So we have all the parts of the plant used for this remedy, for the spagyric remedy. That is the difference between homeopathy and spagyric. So it's written here once more, it's a final processing step. Gained substances are united and so transformed in this holistic healing principle of plant, in this pure healing essence. So because all impure elements are put away, so it is on a higher level. They are cleaned of all impure elements. That is why each individual tincture manufactured contains the whole essence. And I think this is a secret of spagyric, why it works so fantastic. Because of that, the healing influence is to the whole person, body, mind, and soul, to the whole person. That is the principle of spagyric. So in our remedies, in Pekana remedies, we have both. We have the homeopathy remedies and we have the spagyric remedies. And they all together are working like a team. So the Pekana complex is a teamwork between homeopathy and spagyric. The similarities between homeopathy and spagyric is they are both potentized according to Hahnemann. Not all of the spagyric remedies are potentized. Some of them are also in mother tincture. The same areas of application is in homeopathy and in spagyrics, and the same dosage like in homeopathy. But there is an advantage of the Pekana spagyric production. We have a high vital energy quality. It contains purified minerals too from medicinal plants, and significantly, what a hard word, it is a lower alcohol content. So this is the advantage of Pekana remedies. So I start with the first remedy to explain you a bit more how it works and the indications and how to use it. Itiris spagpeka drops are for the lymphatic system itself. So so all indications when you could find with lymphatic problems, Itiris is one of the best remedies to work against these diseases. The indications: the complex therapy for restoring therapy of impaired lymphatic system, of course, stimulation of the lymphatic drainage in cases like benign hypertrophy of lymph nodes, the tonsillitis, tonsillar hypertrophy, lymphatic edema, and all problems with the lymphatic system itself. Here is a holistic composition, so it is easier to understand how Itiris is working. We have the first three ones, they are the leader of the group, of the team, is Scrofularia, Cystus canadensis, and Juglans regia, in spagyric way, Juglans regia, and these three are the leader of this team. They are well known for in homeopathy and in spagyric that they help in all kinds of lymphatic diseases. And they are accompanied by calcium iodatum, because calcium iodatum is very well known against swollen tonsils, the hypertrophy of the tonsils. Because it is the tonsils also are in lymphatic system. So the tonsils, when they are hypertrophy or when they have silent chronic inflammations, it is like a hotel for bacteria and other microbes. And it is a permanent work for the immune system, so it weakens the immune system. We know that swollen tonsils, chronic tonsillitis, can affect the whole body. And so calcium iodatum, well known for this problem, is also included in this team. And of course, when we have silent inflammations, when we have troubles with the lymphatic system itself, we also need an immune stimulant and an anti-inflammatory remedy. And this is, first of all, Echinacea and Barium carbonicum. These both are also very well known since a long time for that they are very good remedies against these inflammatory, and they support the immune system. So last not least, the hardened lymph nodes, they are treated by conium. Conium is a remedy what is very well known for the lymphatic system, what mainly supports the lymph flow. Hardened lymph nodes are often after acute infections, especially the children have these lymph nodes swollen here and on the neck. And conium helps to start the lymph flow again, and so the lymph nodes get normal again. It takes a little time, so you have to tell the patients that have hardened lymph nodes that it takes a longer time, because the canal of the lymphatic system is as thin as a hair, so it takes a long time to have a normal lymphatic system again. So it could take a longer time, especially when these are hardened lymph nodes. And to support the drainage, of course, and to support the metabolism itself, we have gallium to make this team perfect. We have 8 remedies. Most of the Pekanas have 8 remedies. And these are working like a team. And isn't it fantastic? They are working together. Everybody has his job. And all in all, they are perfect for all lymphatic problems and for the lymphatism, itiris. So here is Juglans regia, that is the main one of this remedy, one of the leaders, like big lymph nodes. So the pharmacodynamic property is the drug improves the lymph flow, I told you, from all organs and tissues, from all organs, everywhere, thereby providing detoxification. That is very important because to detoxify the body is one of the main things when you do a treatment anywhere. Because when we lose the toxins so that and support the lymph flow, there must also be the possibility to detoxify via the kidney or via the liver. That is very important so that we have the effect for a longer time, not only just right now. The drainage. Anti-inflammatory effects also, I have told you. So, the effect of the drug is always the same for all the Pekana remedies, is based on the activation of the body's defense mechanism. And that is the main job itiris does. And of course, it supports the lymph flow and helps the body to supports the body to get healthy again. So I have, for my practice, I have two typical cases for that. So Matthias, a 5-year-old boy, he has a chronic tonsillitis, permanent tonsillitis, and swollen lymph nodes here all over the neck. And he was always affected from rhinitis and tonsillitis, and he was always ill. Just a few weeks, 2-3 weeks, he was healthy. Afterwards, he was ill again. So I gave him itiris drops 3 times a day, 10 drops for 4 weeks. So 10 drops are nearly half a small plastic spoon. I tell the parents to give it in an apple juice or in something he likes, maybe yogurt or something else, so that he can take the drops. The development was after 10 days, we had a significant reduction of the swollen lymph nodes. 10 days is fantastic. Because it takes a long time. I told you it takes a long time because the canal is as thin as a hair. So that was really good. After 10 days, significant reduction. And after 4 weeks, the boy was free of symptoms. And until now, we had no recurrences. It is not only 9 months, it's about, it's 2 or 3 years. So he is always healthy since that. And I think this is because of itiris. Itiris has done this. It supports the immune system, supports the lymph flow, and helps the body to get healthy again. The second patient, also very interesting field for itiris, is Maria. She was 53 years old. She had breast cancer, and they had a breast surgery and mammocarcinoma, and of course, she had the classic problems with the lymph, the lymph flow. It was heaviness, it was tension, pain, and she could hardly move. And of course, she had a deformation of the arm. It was a big size. She couldn't get into a pullover, couldn't get into a t-shirt. So it was all because of these stopped lymph flow because of the operation. And of course, the body has to build some more ways back for the lymphatic system. And it takes a little time. But you can support this with itiris, of course, 3 times daily, 20 drops, and manual lymphatic drainage. So this supports the lymph flow, and this supports the immune system, the lymph system, to build once more canals for the lymph flow beside the cutted one. And this is what Itiris supports. And you will have big success after 4 to 6 weeks, significantly less problems with that. 3 weeks in symptoms were significantly reduced. The patient should continue, of course, she did it. She continued to intake Itiris drops, 20 drops in the evening. And when it gets worse, she takes more. So it depends how it is going on. And in combination with lymph drainage, you can help many of those women with these lymphatic edema after breast cancer. And it has no side effects. That's absolutely great. And you can combine it with every other medicine, even with the classic medicine. It does not disturb that. Now, the dosage, it's always nearly the same in all remedies. It is adults and children, 20 drops be taken 3 times a day. Children of 2 to 12 years, 10 drops, and the smaller one from 1 to 2 years, 5 drops 3 times a day. I prefer from children up to 12 years, I give so many drops as old they are. So when the child is about 8 years, I give 8 drops. When it is 3 years, I give 3 drops. So it's easy to remember, and I have good experiences with that. So the acute cases, of course, adults, we have 10 drops 6 to 10 times a day. And after disappearance of the symptoms of the disease, it is recommended to continue taking the drugs, especially women with troubles and lymphatic edema after breast cancer operations. To stimulate the lymphatic drainage, I told you to take, we can take the drug 2 times a day and combine it with lymphatic drainage. I do in my practice, I recommend Itiris drops in spring and autumn to detoxify the body via the lymphatic system, of course. The side effect is worst. We get a beautiful skin and less cellulite. Yes, it's a good side effect, isn't it? So, the next one is Infragil. It's one of my favorite. Infragil drops and globules. This is the main remedy against all kinds of infections. It activates the immune system. So Infragil does not attack the bacterium or the virus or other microbes itself, but Infragil supports the immune system so that the immune system easily can handle these infections. And this is a basic remedy for all kinds of infections. Here we have the wonderful holistic composition. It's one of my favorite Infragil. So, viral infections, Vincitoxicum is well known in homeopathy for years and years that it is a very good remedy against virus infection. And Lachesis. The bacterial infection is the remedy Argentonitricum, Ailanthus, Nasturtium. These 3 are well known against bacteria and bacterial infections. So that the bacteria and the virus, they have no chance anymore. So that the supported immune system is able to handle this, supported by Infragil. To strengthen the immune system, just once more, is Echinacea, of course, one of the main remedy. You have heard it, it's also included in Itiris. And Cinchona pubescens, it is also one of the favorite remedies against all kinds of infections, especially when the patients feel they are weak and they are tired, they have no power. Also after an infection, Cinchona helps to find back to power again. The support of the lymphatic drainage, Marubium vulgare, So you have heard about the lymphatic system before, and so you know to support the lymphatic flow means also to detoxify the body after, during, and after an infection. Fantastic combination. Best experience in 30 years. Here it is Echinacea. You see the flowers like little needles, so it means that it's powerful against virus and bacterial infections. Here it is once more. The drug detoxifies, is anti-inflammatory, of course, and the immune stimulating effect of infragil. So does not work. So yes. The typical patient case one is, it was Joseph. He's 55 years old. He was a man. The symptoms, he had the classic symptoms for an infection. It was fever, weakness, and cold. The diagnostic was an acute febrile influenza infection. So influenza, it's a difference between flu-like infections or whether you really have an influenza. And when you have a real influenza, you feel very sick. And this Joseph had fever and weakness and cold, and he felt so sick. He could hardly stand up. He took infragil drops 3 times a day, 20 drops for 8 days, and then 2 times 20 drops for 21 days, because I want to get sure that he recovers after this heavy influenza. What was the development? After 2 days, 2 days for a real influenza is less. The patient had a clear improvement of the acute symptoms. After 8 days, he was able to work again. That's also a short term for an influenza infection. To strengthen the immune system and to prevent a recur. That was I have done. I gave him infragil for 21 days more, just to get sure that he is healthy, stays healthy after this worst influenza. After that, no infections for 6 months. Now it is around 3 years. That's great, isn't it? No side effects, and he feels much better. The second one is Maria, 45 years old. She had a classic symptom of viral infection, weakness, fever, and limb pain. So just an acute viral infection, nothing worse like it's influenza. She took infragil 3 times a day, 20 drops for 8 days, then 2 times for 20 drops for 21 days. The development also was great. After 2 days, she could take care of her little twins alone after 2 days. And after 8 days, she was healthy and powerful again. That's great, isn't it? So, the infragil helps the immune system and helps you easily to get through an infection. It does not mean that you have no symptoms anymore, but that you have that your body is, the immune system is supported, and that your body recovers very soon. That is the efficacy of efficacy has been judged as good, both with the physician and subjectively by the patients in their majority. These were the results of infragil treatments we did and we noticed. In addition, the tolerance has been very good, no side effects, and this is something very important. So the dosage, it's similar and like the other one, like it here is. Like I told you, after the disappearance of the symptoms, just use it a bit longer. It does not need 21 days like in these 2 cases, but just a week I would do that. It is 3 to 7 days, but it is okay. Take it for a week, then you are sure that they don't get any symptoms later on. So notice, I have written here, the dosage is the original dosage in Germany. So the EU laws told all pharma companies that they are forced to write the reduced dosage. But every therapist is allowed to recommend the original dosage if wanted. So you can imagine that this often confuses the therapist and the patients too. And so I explain it in a few sentences to my patients so that they know, okay, when they have a look into the internet and they see there's a different dosage, but this is the reason therefore. So I take the original dosage when I recommend the Pekanas, and they have best experience with that. So explain it in a few sentences and the patient will know about this. So for prophylaxis, even now, it is good to recommend the infragil drops or globulis, one single dosage a day in the morning or in the evening, just prophylaxis for this time, autumn and winter, to get through healthy. Best experience with that. But there is something important, for me it is important. So with the first symptoms, you should start with infragil. Don't wait. So the best results and no side effects when you start immediately. So as I told you, you may not avoid the infect itself, but you go through significantly reduced in the symptoms. So this is because you can't do anything wrong. So the side effects are none from infragil. There are no side effects, so you can't do anything wrong. So start when you just have the feeling something's going wrong, then you start with infragil. Oh, this is Flamia. So that's the next one. The next one is an ointment. It is Flamiar. The Flamiar ointment is an ointment for all kind of problems with muscles, bones, movement, the therapy of traumatic injuries, of course, of all types, and easy to remember. It is for all your movement, for all degenerative processes, inflammatory processes, inflammations, for the mobility apparatus. So so when you have arthritis or bursitis, yes, okay, but it is easily, the indication for Flamiar is just for the mobility apparatus. The composition, great again. The holistic composition, Bellis, Arnica montana, and Ruta graveolens. These are remedies against hematomas after injuries, for instance, after accidents. Rus toxicodendron, bryonia are great for all inflammations. Rus toxicodendron is known in homeopathy that when the patient moves, he feels better. Bryonia is for all those patients who feel better when they sit down or when they lay down. So this combination is great for many kinds of problems with muscles, bones, with the movement itself. The rheumatoid complaints, guaiacum, ledum, viscum album, 3 absolutely great remedies against all rheuma problems. And they are included in this team. And I think this is, once again, the secret why it works so fantastic. The leading plant, of course, is Arnica montana, because Arnica montana is well known for all kinds of injuries, for all wounds and distortions and all kinds of injuries. Arnica is known best. So with this, just with the ointment, you will have a big success in treating all mobility problems. So here it is Arnica montana. Isn't it great? So the pharmacodynamic properties, once more, the drug is anti-inflammatory, analgesic and reparative effects. So it helps the body. Once more, the remedies help the body to get healthy again. to fight against the inflammatory, to fight against the pains. The body's repair mechanism is supported. Typical patient case 1, it was Rosa. Rosa is 78 years old and she has painful, swollen and inflamed joints. So when there is an elderly lady, it is hard to tell her do this or that or those or take many, many medicaments. Usually they don't want this. They just want an ointment. They want an ointment what helps them to reduce the pains and to feel better and make the movement better. The chronic arthritis, of course, was the diagnosis of her pains. Yes, I gave her Flamiar ointment and told her 3 times daily to put it on the inflamed joints. She should eat no pork meat and drink more than 1 liter of water a day. She said, yes, she will do that. And of course, this would be great if elderly people drink a lot. So this is best for detoxification. And Flamiar ointment 3 times a day, what happens? After 2 weeks, she had no inflammation. She was about 78 years old, but still painful joints, of course. But after 2 weeks, no inflammations. That's absolutely great. She took Flamiar and she drank a lot of water and she ate no pork meat. That was great. Best combination. After 4 weeks, she had less pains. She had no inflammations and the movement of the joints was much better. Always remember, she was 78 years old. The treatment with Flamiar, she continued, of course. She did not give away the ointment because it helps her fantastic. Especially the elderly people love this. No side effects. So also Tobias, just 7 years old, just a bit younger than Rosa was. The symptoms are muscle pains after school sport. So the diagnostic, of course, sore muscles and exhaustion. Tobias wants to be a big star later on in sport, and he has an enthusiasm, and he does much too much, and so he had these muscle pains. The therapy was Flamiar ointment 3 times daily, and also drink a lot. I told him to drink a lot of water. After 2 days, he had no more pains. 2 days, that is less. And Flamiar ointment can be used by children in any case of injuries, sprains, muscle strains, because children like to be touched, that somebody helps them while touching them. And to give an ointment to the painful areas or to the injurious areas, that is also good for the children's feelings. So they feel good when you do a therapy with an ointment. So, the third one, yes, John, he is a marathon runner, 38 years old, and he had the worst fall, and he had fall injuries, sprains, muscle strain, and hematoma all over. But he wanted to do a big marathon soon, and he told me, yes, he is not allowed to take any remedies because they were tested, and he was afraid that something could happen. And I told him, yes, take Flamiar to help you to get through that. And he did that. He took Flamiar ointment 3 to 5 times daily, so very often. And after 3 days, he had no pains. After 10 days, he is going on running marathon. And he also did this big marathon he wanted to run with. That's great, absolutely great. Good, Flamiar has a good work done. So here it is, you can apply the dosage. You can apply it on a thin layer to the place of injury or inflammation, 1 to 2 times a day. Or you can rub it in. Also, you can make a bandage with Flamiar overnight. In acute cases, you also can use it 4 or 5 times a day. You can't do anything wrong with Flanja. Okay, this is, yes, of course, we have to do the diagnostic, of course, and search a medical doctor. So the last one is, no, not the last one, the D-Force. The next one, D-Force, is for the little babies, elevation, teething troubles, and colics in infants and small children. D-Force helps the little babies to get through this painful time when they get the teeths, and often this is combined with colic of the stomach and colic of the bowel. And the little babies, they were crying and they were sleeping worse, and this helped them to get through this time. Even the parents, especially the mothers, to get through this time. The teething troubles, we have chamomilla and magnesium, of course, and these both, also cuprum, aceticum, they are very good against colic and spasm itself. So that is no joke. You can try it to give this to women with PMS, with troubles during dysmenorrhea, because it relaxes. But you have to explain this, of course, because chamomilla, magnesium, and cuprum is against spasm and colics, and this is because you can use it in dysmenorrhea too, but you have to explain it, otherwise they ask, it is for teething children. Yes, but you also can use it for dysmenorrhea. Teething troubles, calcium metabolism, calcium carbonicum, calcium fluoratum supports the calcium metabolism. And of course, once more, Primus Boldus is very good against colics and spasms and supports the detoxification. So also, once more, a wonderful team, this time only with 6 remedies. Here is Boldus, it's a photo. So the drug reduces teething troubles and colics, yes, and the effect of the drug is based on the activation and normalization of teething processes. And remember, it is good against colics and spasm. The dosage, it is teething children can take 4 to 5 times a day, 5 globules, or maybe 2 or 3 globules should also be enough for that, as often as necessary. So when the children have no teething trouble and they feel good, they don't need D-Force. They just have, that you should just give D-Force as long as they have teething troubles. And also for the little children, even for adults too, of course, but especially for little children, is otitolo. They are ear drops, so drops to put into the ear. The indication is to support the anti-infection medication. So you can combine it with all classic medicine. You can combine it with homeopathic medicine. You can combine it with other complex medicine. So otitolo does not disturb any other medication. It is to be dropped in the ear canal with otitis externa, otitis media inflammation of eardrum, ear pains, and very good in swimming pool otitis. So if those children who always have troubles after they are in swimming pools in summer, tell them to put 1 drop after they come home from swimming, put 1 drop in the ear canal just to avoid swimming pool otitis. The holistic composition, once more, Atropa belladonna, so belladonna, very well known against inflammation, fever, and worst ear pains. Chamomilla is restless, has pains, cramps. Echinacea supports the immune system against inflammation. Phytolacca supports the lymph flow, especially the ears are always well connected with the lymphatic system. So when you support the lymph flow, you often can avoid an otitis. Plantago, also ear pains, toothache, sensitive of noises. They when they always want to have a silent place, these children. And pulsatilla, the leading plant of these in ear pains and mood swings. So pulsatilla is the leading plant in this remedy. And all together is in glycerin anhydricum, just because it is used for the drops. So this is pulsatilla shown. It's a wonderful flower, isn't it? Growing in spring. Once more, the drug has an inflammatory effect and reduces the pains. The dosage, in acute case, drop 1 drop in the ear canal. And maybe close the canal with a bit cotton wool. And note, when you open it once, you should store it in the refrigerator and warm it up before you drop it in the ear. Maybe just put it here to your body so that the eardrops get warm. Don't put in an eardrop from the refrigerator. So, for instance, at your body, warm it up before. And yes, here it's written, in case of swimming pool otitis, use before water contact or afterwards. Okay, so these are the remedies available, Pekana remedies available in Slovenia. And I'm at the end of my presentation. And so when you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me or to ask Moshe. We sure will help you when there are any problems or questions. Thank you for your attention and many success with the Pekana remedies.